how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Should we go through all of our news? I feel like we haven't podcasted in a while.
Yeah, totally, but I never have any dog news.
Yeah, but I mean just like your news in general.
I just don't even, news guys had a mental breakdown. I quit my job.
Yeah, but isn't that so liberating to say, just to be like, I quit my job?
It's really liberating, and I'm so excited to start new stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for
good.
you.
Yeah, I know, it's good. But in terms of dog news, no dog news. Me and Florence are now at my parents' house in the countryside for a couple of weeks, so she's going to be so happy, and I'm going to make myself take her on 2 long walks in the meadow morning and night, so
Oh, that's good.
she's going to love that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm jealous that you're in the countryside.
Yeah, being in the countryside is so nice.
And you have Gus?
Yeah, but Gus goes with my dad to work in London.
Oh my god, wait, Gus goes to an office every day?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought he stayed with your mum.
No, he lives with my dad.
Oh my god, Gus. He is such a cutie.
He is being so cute today. I just find Labradors who aren't groomed, because he obviously never gets groomed, he's quite greasy.
Oh.
His fur's not, do you ever stroke a dog who's not ever been groomed, and his fur's just quite...
Does he not have a bath?
No, I don't think he's ever had one, and he swims in the river all the time, but he's never bathed.
Well, if I was you, I would bath him.
But no, my dad's not really that kind of dog owner.
Oh, your dad doesn't want to bath the dog? I would want a clean dog.
My dad doesn't care.
Oh, okay. Your dad is very classic, countryman.
Yeah.
Owning a dog.
I know.
Yeah.
He's not bougie about dogs. I'm a bit more bougie.
Well, I just like a clean dog, especially if it's going to be on my bed, but I'm sure your dad doesn't have him on the bed.
Oh, yeah, don't be ridiculous. Gus isn't even allowed upstairs in our house.
Oh, Gus.
I know. You, on the other hand, have got a lot more news.
My dog news. Okay, so the last podcast that we did was Foster Fail. So I've had Harley for a little bit, right?
Yeah, you've had her for ages. Oh my god, that was the last time we podcasted?
Yeah.
No, that was the last episode that came out.
Yeah, which is also the last time we podcasted.
Really?
Yeah, I had just Foster Failed.
Oh my god, guys, so sorry.
I know, I can't believe it's been that long either.
So bad of us.
But yeah, I'm just so in love with her. I'm so obsessed with her. She's just the sweetest dog.
She looks so sweet.
I know. And she's just so perfect. And her fur is so soft. And she's so sweet. She cuddles like a human. When she's on the bed, she'll have her head next to yours and put her paws on you. And I love that.
That's cute.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed, I always watch your Insta stories. She is so fast for a tripod.
She is so fast. I took her to the dog park on Friday, and there were 3 other dogs there. One was a pit mix, a pit collie mix, and some kind of chow pit mix, I would say. Maybe not pit, but it was definitely part chow. And she could outrun all of them, and I was so proud of her.
What? That's amazing.
I know, she's so fast.
Maybe she's got what are really fast dogs? Maybe she's got some in her DNA.
So I obviously think she has some hound in her because her tail curls up.
Yes, you're right. Oh my god, maybe she's got 2% greyhound or something.
Yeah. I would say more than 2%, maybe 20%.
Oh, I really need Jill to give you as a Christmas present a DNA test so that we can do it. Oh no, birthday present. Your birthday's in November.
Yeah, my birthday's sooner. Or should we just spam Embark Vet on Instagram and tag them in all our Instagram stories and maybe they'll send us one, or maybe they'll sponsor the podcast?
I think we actually do need to do that.
Yeah, I think we should. But, okay, so the reason that I'm saying Embark Vet...
But wait, sorry, can I just say one thing? This is a real interjection here, but we do not want to be our number one nemesis, who I feel was trying to get sponsorship from DNA people. I know. So I'm and I was so anti that, so we can't be hypocrites.
I know, but okay, so the one thing I hated about that was just that someone asked her in a Q&A on Instagram, and they were like, oh, will you be doing a DNA test on Louise? And she was like, oh, I just can't afford it. Bitch, just say, I want to get a free promotion. Actually, I guess you wouldn't say that.
No, but, no, I think fair enough, you can't afford it, okay, it's $100, that is expensive, but don't tag the DNA people, because, why do you need to tag them? Do you not think?
I know it's because she wants a free sponsorship, I know that.
Yeah, but like that just annoys me.
But like, what's a classy way of doing it, kids? How are we gonna do it?
Just tagging them and just sending them a DM and being like, hey guys, okay, it's different for us because we don't have many followers, but she's got so many. She could be like, listen, just thought you might be interested in some free advertising. That's true. The classy way to do it.
Yeah, it should be like a business proposal.
We, on the other hand, will probably not be classy because we don't have that many followers, so we can't afford to be.
Kits, I will definitely DM them.
Okay, great.
But we are definitely doing Embark Vet. You know how I was like investigating DNA tests? And I sent you this on Instagram. I don't know if you remember. It's that Catahoula mix.
Yeah, I remember.
And they know it's a like they know the mum was a Catahoula mix. So like they know that it's part Catahoula, and the DNA test came back and it was a wisdom panel one, and it came back as like part Australian Shepherd, part Chihuahua, and like part Australian cattle dog or something, and there was no Catahoula in there, but they know that it's in there.
That's really bad. Then that doesn't work properly.
I know, it's so bad. It's definitely wrong.
Okay, maybe don't go with those people then.
Yeah, so that's why I think Embark Vet.
Okay.
And I did actually have to tell you something else that's kind of related to DNA tests. So yesterday, it was actually when I was looking at that Instagram post of that DNA test of that dog. Oh, the dog is Perry_the pup, I think. So underneath, a brand had commented being like, oh, why don't you try our dog scanner app? So Kits, I downloaded it.
Wait, dog scanner?
Yeah, it's basically where you take a picture of a dog and you upload it to the app and it will guess what breed it is, but it's so bad.
Oh, why? What did it come up with for your dog?
I took screenshots for you. Okay.
Oh, have you sent them to me?
No, not yet. So I did it on the foster that I had yesterday.
Yeah.
Picasso.
What's Picasso?
So Picasso, in his vet notes, it says Rottweiler mix, which I see. He is kind of Rottweiler-y.
I didn't really see that.
What's that skin thing that he has again? I can never remember the name of it.
Vitiligo.
Yeah, so he has vitiligo, so he looks a little bit different, so you might think that he was Australian Shepherd, maybe mixed. But I don't think he is.
I would only get Rottweiler from the tan.
Yeah, and the paws, and like his build.
He really did not have nice eyes.
No, he has conjunctivitis.
Oh, poor little
Yeah,
guy.
so he has eye drops. He's obviously not at his best right now because he's just been rescued and he needs like some love and care. But I just sent you the screenshot. This is what the app said. What?
Oh my god, but he does look kind of Catahoula-y.
He does, kind of, but he's not.
But how do you know he's... Okay, he's obviously not 54% Catahoula because...
No.
It would have... Yeah, I get that. But they obviously... I can see how the app works because they've just looked at the colouring.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, they've just looked at the colouring because if he didn't have that skin thing, he wouldn't be that colour. I think he would be like full like Rottweiler
I see.
colours.
But he does have tan legs.
He does, but they didn't pick up on Rottweiler at all. But I feel like his build is very Rottweiler.
Yeah, but Jeans, I think this app is not going to be like, you know.
I know. I just thought it was interesting. Okay, and I'm sending you Harley's.
Why don't you send me the app and I'll do Florence?
Oh, yes. Why didn't I do Florence?
Or you do Florence and then text it to me.
Okay, I can do that. I'm sending you Harley's. So Harley's came back as
this
rat
is a joke.
terrier.
That's a joke.
I guess, I'm sending you the actual percentage. It says 74.1% rat terrier and 15% American pit bull terrier. So they got some of the pit bull, but there's no way she's a rat terrier.
No way, and no.
No.
Does it only do 2 breeds?
That's all that came up when I was doing it.
Why don't you do Florence right now?
Can you send me a good picture of Florence?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so
I have like
cool
no
if it was
photos of Florence in my phone. I'm such a bad dog mum.
I do think though, I think it's harder when you have a mixed breed. I think maybe it would be interesting to try it on a purebred breed and then see if it like picks up a Labrador or something.
Well, Florence is 100% Jack Russell.
Oh yeah, oh my god, we're gonna try it, okay.
She's from a very established background. I think it's going to say Chihuahua Jack Russell, I guarantee. Did you get it? Is that a good picture?
Oh, great picture. Okay. It's processing.
God, I'm so excited.
I know.
It's like finding out the gender of my child.
I know. God, it takes quite a while. And then while it's processing, it has all these different breeds, like, circling. Ooh, kitty.
Ooh, what does it say?
You've got 3 mixes.
Then it's wrong.
Okay, so it thinks 64%. Oh my god, there's an ad. Hold on. Okay, so 64% Japanese Terrier.
What's a Japanese Terrier?
Look it up.
Okay.
And then it thinks 18.6% Brazilian Terrier, and then 12.9% Jack Russell Terrier.
Okay, right. Let's look up Japanese Terrier. Because I don't even know what that is.
It looks a little bit like an Italian Greyhound Terrier.
Oh, mix. It looks like it looks like a cross between an Italian Greyhound and a Jack Russell, literally. Yeah. Wow, you would have thought that would have been like my favourite dog ever, but they have like very white bodies.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the white body.
Oh, they just have such an ugly head.
But the head...
I could get into this dog. No. All these pictures aren't very nice.
I quite like the head. Interesting, though, that it didn't think purebred Jack Russell.
Okay, and what was the other Jap Terrier?
Brazilian Terrier.
I might need to run and get my charger, honestly.
That's okay, you can do that.
Because this laptop is so bad, it like will die on 20% and I don't want it to. Brazilian Terrier is also literally just like a Jack Russell with like super long legs.
Yeah. But I don't... In that picture, she doesn't really look leggy. So weird that it put those two.
I think it's probably just trying to be clever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's trying to be like, oh no. And like, it... I mean, I can kind of see, because she's not really like a traditional American Jack Russell. Because she's smooth-haired.
I guess.
And she's tricolour.
I mean, I would say she's Jack Russell. I feel like they're just trying to be smart and being like, well, it looks like this breed, and this breed.
Totally.
Ow! Bitch! Can you please stop that?
Did she just bite you?
No! She just like... She's one of those dogs that like paws at you to get you to pet her.
Oh, I love that.
Her claws are sharp and I'm wearing shorts, so she's now just scratched my leg. I do love it. I do. I like when she asks for attention. I think it's cute.
I just love it when dogs use their paws like hands.
Oh my god, same. Like, I love when she's on her back and then I put my hand there and she grabs it with both her paws.
Oh, my dog doesn't do that, but that's great.
I love
that.
Oh, so cute. Oh, good girl. Yeah, so since we last podcasted, Harley has had 2 fosters. Oh god, kids, I haven't even told you about Picasso.
Well, tell me about him now.
Oh my god. So, you know, first of all, we had... We had Strawberry.
Wait, oh my god, can we not just talk about that twin moment?
First of all...
I was going to say, first of all,
yeah.
I really don't like the name. It's like, just not, like, it's a cool name, but it's just not a dog name.
It's not, but I don't know whether they gave him that name because of his skin disease. Maybe because he looks like a Picasso painting.
Sure he did. So I was just thinking in my head, I remember my dad saying to me ages ago that there's, I don't know if it's beginning with S, or your dog's name ending in S is like really good because they can hear that enunciation on the S.
Really?
Yeah.
Or like Gus.
Gus, Titus, Florence. Or maybe it wasn't S at the end, but there was something. Our listeners probably know better than me, but there's like a...
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, Picasso.
My dog doesn't have that.
Anyway, I didn't like the name. Tell me about him.
Okay, well, he was very similar to the last foster. Maybe I should talk about Strawberry first. We had Strawberry a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it's really sad, but also at the same time when she was here, I was like, oh, you are gross.
I really liked her. I'm sorry. I don't mind skin problems.
You can smell her. Like, I can still smell. I don't know what the smell is. I think it's just her medicated shampoo, but it just smelled like dirty.
I love old, sick, cute. Like, it makes me... I would cry being with her every day, looking at her skin.
I mean, I would if I had her every day. Oh, I do feel really bad. So she was left in a cardboard box for 6 years, like outside of her owner's trailer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And she was I have such a soft spot for Jack Russells.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what kind of mix she is. On one vet paper, it said Jack Russell mix. And then on the other vet paper, it said, like, Beagle mix. She's definitely not a Beagle mix. And then
she looked like Jack Russell and Papillon to me.
That's what I think.
That's what I said to you in a voice note, yeah.
Yeah, because her ears are definitely Papillon. Yeah, but she had severe mange. And so she has basically no fur other than the fur on her face, and then even under that fur it's all scabby and gross. I felt really bad for her, but at the same time I was like, you are really gross, because her skin was like flaking off.
Yeah, I mean, that is gross.
And she was like all over my couch. I had to disinfect my couch afterwards because there was just like skin flakes, and I felt gross.
Yes, okay, not skin flakes.
Well, similar thing with Picasso.
Oh no.
His whole rear end was all flaky and he had like these warts removed. They told me they weren't contagious, so it's fine.
Oh, God.
But he'd had them removed for biopsies, so he had like all of these scabs all over his rear end. Oh, I felt really bad for him, and he was really sweet. I just think he'll be so much nicer once he's like, you know, got rid of his conjunctivitis, his scabs have healed, his hair's grown back.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's really nice though that when you foster dogs who are like a little bit gross, just because like it just kind of is like such a reflection of where they've come from and like the tough times they've had. Because if you look at any of our dogs who are like so healthy and like, you know, it just makes me sad.
I know. But even when I have these fosters, it makes me think like when we first had Harley as a foster, she looks so much better now. Like her fur looks just shinier, glossier. She looks healthier.
Happier too.
Yeah, it's just nice to see that transformation. And I was saying, you know, Strawberry, like it'd be so cool to like adopt her and see her grow her fur back.
Oh, I know, I would love that.
I know, but then when I took her to the adoption event, they were like, oh, we don't think it's actually going to grow back because it was so severe. How sad is that? So she's like one of those hairless dogs.
I really hope she gets adopted.
I really hope so too. I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, do you feel like Harley is like now, does she know she's like in her forever home?
Yeah, I think so. She's also, I think this experience has been good for her to foster because she has been quite possessive of me and Justin. So like if the other dog tries to get attention from us, she would kind of snap.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and she's quite possessive.
So interesting.
Yeah, of food as well. So it's been quite good to do this and then correct her. Mm-hmm. So after having Picasso here for a while, she got so much better. Then they were playing.
When you left them both alone in the house, where did they both go?
I actually didn't leave them alone.
Oh.
Yeah, but I would take them out one at a time. And if I had left them alone, I would have put Harley in the bedroom or Harley in her crate. And then he actually had a crate with him because he's so big.
So they would have both been in separate crates.
Yeah, I wouldn't have left them home alone together.
Right.
Yeah. But
what
they
about
played.
Strawberry? And the same with Strawberry?
Yeah, the same. I just wouldn't do it with like a foster dog. I don't think I would do it with any dog.
What?
Unless she like really knew them.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Just because you never know what's going to happen. Plus, this is her environment. Like when Strawberry would go near Harley's crate, she would snap at her.
Really?
Yeah.
God.
I mean, she's getting better. I mean, it's like fair enough because this is her home.
Yeah.
And there's another weird dog.
No, I
coming
mean,
in.
totally get it. I just I've never really experienced that with my dog.
Have you ever had another dog?
Yeah, we've had when we like babysit other dogs or like even with Gus, like she doesn't mind if I'm stroking other dogs at all. And she's really good about her food as well. And like actually the vet told me like years ago, this is just a random fact, nothing to do with the conversation, but like if you put your hand in your dog's bowl while they're eating and they don't snap, it's like a sign of like a really good dog.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like a dog who's like very well like positioned in the pack. And Florence, I don't think Gus is good, but Florence is like, I'll put my hand in the bowl and she's like very like,
she's okay with it?
Well, she would never snap at me.
Yeah. No, Harley would never snap at me or Justin. Just another dog.
Well, it's really good that she's being socialised like that. I mean, I can't talk. Florence doesn't socialise properly at all, so.
Yeah, and actually, because she's been a stray, so, I mean, I get it. Like, she probably had to, like, fight for her food on the streets.
Probably.
So, yeah.
Is Coco like that?
A little bit. Yeah, actually, she'll growl if Petra comes near the bed.
Wow, it must be a reaction to like...
It's like resource guarding, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I've never had a dog who's had that, but it must be a rescue thing.
Yeah, it's probably a rescue thing.
Because I suppose we've always had puppies who've grown up with other animals in the house, so you kind of... There's no... opportunity or reason to feel threatened over things like that.
Yeah, that's so true, because Petra doesn't do it. Even Petra's like... She was in a home as a puppy, so like grew up in a home, and then the family couldn't keep her, so my parents took her. So she wasn't like a rescue.
Yeah.
But she would have gone to a rescue if my parents hadn't taken her.
Yeah, I think it's a rescue dog thing.
Yeah. I do like thinking though, because Picasso was also from Atlanta, I like to think that maybe they like saw each other on the streets of Atlanta previously.
Maybe, yeah.
Isn't that so funny?
So funny. Atlanta's fucking massive though.
I know.
But let's keep that hope alive.
Yeah. That's what I like to think. Oh my God. Yeah.
Every time we bump into each other, I always think about that comment you made where you were like, yeah, it's because we can't see each other's mouths talking.
But it is. I can't see that you're about to speak.
No, I know. But we talk on the phone every day. We should be getting used to, like, our pauses.
Yeah, I know.
But what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, in other dog news, I have finally binged the whole of Dogs on Netflix.
Oh, you finished the whole thing?
Yeah, I finished the whole thing. It's 6 episodes.
Yeah, exciting. I've
got to be honest though.
Yeah.
I fast forwarded through 3 and 4 because I just wasn't into it.
Okay, I wanted to, but I didn't because I've got really bad OCD and I would just never do that.
I mean, I wanted to binge the whole thing this weekend.
Totally fair enough. Totally fair. But personally, I would rather talk about one episode every time we podcast for the next 6 podcasts because I feel like there's so much to talk about. I don't want to like waste the content, but like I know you're not interested in episodes 3 and 4.
Oh, we can still talk about them though. Like I watched enough to get the gist of it.
Okay, so can we do that then? Should we talk about episode 1 today?
Yeah, oh my God, let's do it. But I do just need to say, if anyone has been putting it off, watch it immediately. Because how long did I put it off for? Like a month,
so long.
2 months?
What made you decide to watch it?
I didn't have anything else to watch.
Oh.
But mostly, it's like I come home from work, I get my supper, and then like I put on my show, and I just didn't feel like crying because I knew it was going to make me cry, so I didn't want to cry while I was like eating.
Yeah, fair.
And it's like my one show that I would watch because I don't really watch that much after work.
Yeah.
And then I guess weekends, I don't know, I just wasn't in the mood to cry.
No, totally get that. And for me, I put it off quite a while because like I'm not really into dog shows. Like I don't know, I would just never watch that. But I saw my sister watching it and I was like, ooh, I would enjoy this. So then I watched them all.
Yeah, I'm glad I watched it. And I feel like we should watch the other thing. Oh, I forgot what it's called. It's like Life with Dogs or something. It's the one about the people that fostered thousands of dogs. But it's like a full movie length.
I don't think I've seen like what that is.
I sent you a picture of it. It's about these guys that foster dogs and they have over 1,000 and it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. It's on Netflix.
Are you sure it's on British Netflix though?
Oof, good point.
Okay, we'll investigate.
Online.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll send it to you.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Well, we can put that off because we have to talk about dogs for, what, 6
episodes?
Weeks?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had something else to say about dogs. Oh, interesting that I realised when I was watching the last episode. Do you know who it's directed by?
No.
The same person that directed The Case of Adnan Syed.
Really?
Or The Case Against Adnan. Yeah.
Who's that?
Isn't that so weird? Amy Berg.
Oh, that is interesting. Well,
And
Amy,
I believe
good documentary work.
She did something else about another true crime thing, because I know that's why they were so excited that she took on Adnan. But like, very interesting. True crime and dogs are her passions.
Well, Amy, become a listener.
I know. I just thought that was interesting. Okay, so episode 1, how long ago did you see it?
Quite a long time ago, and don't forget, I thought episode 1 was different. So episode 1 was the last episode I watched, and this episode made me cry more than the others.
Oh, same.
I don't know why.
That was the first episode I saw, and the first episode that everyone else is going to see because they'll watch it in normal order.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Kitty, I was just so emotional watching. I was blubbering.
Me too, but like, I don't know why I found it so emotional, because usually I'll be like completely honest, I don't have the biggest interest in like what are they called? Helper dogs?
Oh, I thought you were going to say children, and I was going to be like, well, same.
Both. But like...
service dogs.
Service dogs. Like, I don't know, I've got a story about a service dog. Once I was walking Florence in London in the really busy streets.
I know this story, yeah.
And Florence is really bad with other dogs, especially, she's really good with them off the lead, but on the lead she's got a complex. And so I was walking past a blind guy with his service dog, and I kept Florence away at a distance because I knew like she would growl. And instead, the golden Labrador, yellow lab, lunged at Florence, grabbed her back leg and pulled her. So I was pulling Florence away and the dog was pulling her in his direction. So she was in the air. God. Gina, she had no paws on the ground.
Oh,
and he pulled her black leg and he like ripped the skin open. It was so strange. Everyone in the street was like screaming. The blind man just pulled his dog and then kept walking after the dog eventually let go. And Florence's leg was like bleeding, covered in blood. And this woman came over to me with a plaster or a Band-Aid and was like, here's a Band-Aid. And I was like, thanks. It was really traumatic. And I remember being like, who has a service dog who would attack another dog? Like, I don't understand.
Well, obviously they weren't trained properly.
Mental. It really stressed me out.
And it's like they have to go through a whole process to be a guide dog. Like,
right?
They have to go, like, you have those people that have guide dogs and they expose them to different things like crowds, other dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then at 2, they go to guide dog training school and then they have to pass an exam. So you either pass or fail.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how that would happen.
I know. So strange. It was really weird. But anyway, fine. She was obviously fine.
Maybe they didn't keep up the training, because that's the one thing that I feel like most people don't realise is you have to keep practicing with the dog and keep doing the training, otherwise they'll lose it.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Well, they mentioned it a little bit in dogs that they have to practice doing, the seizure training, so that they know it's a game. I guess they have to bond with that person as well.
Yeah.
But also that YouTuber that I watched that has a guide dog, she was like, I and like my family have to keep up with this training so that we don't slack on it and he doesn't, become like one of those dogs that's not well trained.
Yeah.
So she practices all her commands with him on a regular basis.
Sensible.
And I think it's interesting as well that, like, I felt Catchy Kitty, I cried when the girl's sister... Sorry.
Oh, God. I was going to say, should we just tell the guys what this episode was about?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
For context. Okay, so guys, this episode was basically about a young girl, I can't remember what state it was, who has epilepsy. But, like, I didn't realise... Was it epilepsy?
She has seizures. Yeah, I think epilepsy, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, she suffers from seizures, but also I didn't realise that it made their mood swings so bad. She also had, like, really bad mood swings.
I think that might have been a separate issue.
Oh. Okay.
I think she might have had behavioural issues as well.
Okay. Anyway, and so the parents decided to get her a seizure dog to help her and alert when she has a seizure, because at the moment, before the dog, the mum used to sleep on the bedroom floor. Just in case the child had a seizure during their sleep. And I remember I cried at that. I thought that was so sad that the mum does that every night.
That's not why I cried. I only cried at the dogs.
No, but I'm
yeah,
just...
really
okay,
sad.
Anyway, so they go and get a seizure dog, and I have to say it was a really nice dog.
Really nice dog. But it's not just like them going to get a dog. I liked that it was the whole... service dog facility, and it was all these children coming to get their service dogs, and that I just cried, like, knowing that all these children were gonna get a dog. Like, how exciting.
Do you want to know which one child was my favourite?
Oh my god, which one?
The little, like, girl who loved to dance, who had those, like, goggle glasses on. Gina. I feel like that will be my child when I'm older.
Definitely.
So cute.
I feel like she had some kitty mannerisms.
She really did. Like, black hair, big ears, that is me. Very pale, that is me.
She was really cute. Yeah, I agree.
She was so cute. And yeah, I loved her. It was really interesting seeing all those kids and their different disabilities like interact with the dogs, and it was just amazing how dogs can have such an effect on these children. Like,
yeah.
Do you not think they all just lit up when their dogs arrived?
I know. And, like, not just that, like, those dogs are actually going to save their lives. Like, the medical alert dogs and, like, even guide dogs. It makes such a difference in a child's life.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful.
It was really beautiful, yeah. So they each get introduced to their dogs, and then they do this, like, 2 days of training, which I actually commended the dogs, because it was such an overwhelming... It's, like, in a massive gymnasium, and I was thinking, God, these dogs must feel so, like... distracted.
Well, that's part of the training, to not get distracted.
But that's like impressive.
I know. I mean, I wish I could do that with Harley.
Yeah. But you're right. One of the really sad things was that this girl had a little sister.
Kitty.
And
I really
the sister really loved the new dog, and she was so excited as well about this new dog. And the guys who kind of work at the...
I mean, they're the trainers, like the dog trainers.
At the dog trainers. Why couldn't I get there?
I don't know.
The dog trainers say to everyone in the room, they're like, it's really important that this most special bond is between the dog and the child that needs the dog. And I don't think that family had, like, really realised that.
And I don't think a lot of people realise that they think they're going to get, like, a service dog and it's going to be a family pet, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that little girl was like... the trainer was saying, you can't give the dog treats, you can't feed the dog, like you can't be the one playing ball with the dog. And this girl was so heartbroken, and oh my god, Kitty, I can't think about it.
It was really sad, because not only had that child been subjected to that, but I feel like that child's had such a hard childhood anyway, because she'd always been, she was saying she'd always had to look after her sister and worry about her sister, and like it was a bit shit. I felt
and
so
she was
bad
so excited to get a dog, and then she realised, like, oh, I don't get to have any fun with this dog. This is all my sister's dog. And I feel like her whole life has probably been focused on her sister. It was just so sad. I really wanted the episode to end with, like, them getting 2 dogs and, like, also getting her a dog.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
No.
But that's life. It's cruel.
Oh, she can have one when she's older.
Oh, I guess so. I really feel bad for her. I would buy her a dog.
I would too.
If I was Amy Berg, I would have got her a dog.
But I don't know what the rules are about having a service dog and another dog, because does it not interrupt training?
Yeah, I don't know the rules either.
I bet you anything there are like relative rules about it, because it might just, well, I don't know. Maybe once that dog is settled in its role, it's easier.
I don't know. I can't think of anyone that has a service dog and another dog.
But no, I actually really enjoyed this episode. It was just really really interesting, and like service dogs are just amazing in like what they do.
They're incredible. It was also one of those moments where I was watching and I was like, oh my god, dogs are just so amazing and we don't deserve them.
And we don't. I had one qualm with this episode.
Oh, okay, tell me.
So the beginning starts out with the mum saying, I have to sleep in my child's room every single night because I'm so scared she's going to have a seizure in the middle of the night. And it's totally get that, fair enough, like, I would do the same. And she's like, if we get this dog, you know, I won't have to worry as much, blah, 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 blah. But then at the end of the episode, she still sleeps in the kid's room with the dog and the child. And I was like, I kind of wish the episode had ended where it was just the dog and the child, because it would have made it all like full circle. But like the fact that the mum was still sleeping in the kid's bedroom, I was like, okay, so she doesn't trust this dog 100%.
I would say if it had ended with like a cheesy scene of like just the child and the dog and like the mum in her own bed, I would have been a bit like, oh, okay,
no, okay, yeah, totally get that. But do you know what I mean? Just like, okay, take away like filmmaking and storytelling in general. I thought the idea was that this child would like have some independence, and I felt like I was like, oh well, does she? Because like the mum is still there at night.
I know, but I feel like eventually she would, like they did just get the dog. I don't know, like if it was your child, would you immediately trust the dog and just go off into your own bed? I don't know.
No, I probably would stay, but then like you can't do that for the rest of your life.
Oh, I'm sure she won't do it for the rest of her life. I'm sure like there'll be a seizure and she'll see that the dog is fine, and then she'll be like, okay, maybe I can go to my own bed.
Yeah.
Plus, I guess they were still in like the bonding stage with the child.
That was just my one qualm, but apart from that, I like loved this episode. It was so sweet. Dogs are amazing, and I love the fact that that dog slept on her bed. And
I know. And it was just a beautiful dog.
It was. What type of dog is that? A golden doodle?
A golden doodle, yeah.
They're so big.
Yeah, they are so big. I love that though.
Oh, what was its name? I can't remember.
Rory.
Oh yeah, Rory.
Yeah, I don't love that name.
Oh, I don't mind it.
I find the word Rory hard to say. Do you not find that hard to say?
Yeah, because you want to say like Rory.
I don't know. I feel like I have some kind of like speech impediment when I'm saying Rory.
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Also, even as much as I'm a Gilmore Girls like complete and utter fan, Rory. Oh, is it a boy's or a girl's name to me, Rory? I feel like it's a boy's name.
Yeah, I think it is a boy's name, but I mean Rory, yes.
No, but I'm saying after watching Gilmore Girls for so long,
it's not the name.
No, it hasn't transitioned to me to think it's a girl's name.
Oh, yeah, same. I just don't like the name. What were the other dogs' names? I think the girl with the goggle glasses, what was hers? Hers had a weird name. It was like Shax or something.
I can't remember.
It was very strange.
I would have definitely wanted a golden doodle, because some kids, I don't think they got golden doodles. I think didn't some get other dogs?
I think some got just Labradors.
Oh.
Yeah. You know what else I really love? The girl with the goggle glasses. I love when you saw them walking through the mall and like the dog is like as tall as her and she's just holding on to the handle. Oh, it was so cute.
Because that was quite interesting that she needed that dog for like stability because she couldn't walk properly. Yeah. And that's, I loved the fact that you can have a dog to help you with that. Like, it's just amazing that we have dogs that are able to be.
I know.
As
and you know what else I love? is that girl took her dog to school.
Yeah,
and, like, how cool.
So nice. But like obviously, because what if she had a seizure like in the loo at school?
Oh, I guess, yeah. Well, her dog goes everywhere with her.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying, but before the dog,
Yeah.
if she went to the loo, do you think she had to be chaperoned?
I don't know. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, now she's fine. She has the dog. This really makes me feel like I love dogs, but like for people that don't like dogs, it just makes me think about those videos, which I'm sure you didn't watch. That guy that has a service dog.
I feel like that's like such like a pot dig at me when you say that.
No, it's not. I'm just saying, like, both of us are as bad as each other.
Yeah.
I didn't watch dogs for 2 months. I'm just saying, like, I sent you a YouTube video. I don't think you watched it. It's that comedian his name is Drew Lynch, and he has a service dog called Stella. She's a Vizsla. She is
Vizslas.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And he has lots of videos of like people harassing him for having a dog. So like he goes to Panda Express, and this guy is like the epitome of like scum that should be pushed off a cliff. He was so mean and aggressive and like horrible about having a dog in Panda Express. Have you seen the other video that was on the news?
No.
About that woman like screaming at this poor veteran that had his Great Dane service dog in a restaurant?
Well, people are so fucking rude, and I have no time for it, honestly.
It's so rude, and I want them to watch the show and like see how it like changes those children's lives.
I do, to play like devil's advocate, which I hate being, but like I was reading an article the other day which was just like saying how like people are kind of taking, which is like you and me are kind of hypocritical because we always say we should get our dogs to be emotional support dogs, but like people are slightly taking the piss with emotional support.
Oh, of course they are.
And so I think people now are at the point where they're like, I mean, okay, yeah, if it's obvious you need one, but you know, if it's not, people kind of jump to the conclusion that like, ugh, you don't really need it. But it's because people take the piss and they're like, oh, it's emotional support, when like, you know.
But people are like even taking the piss with service dogs too, because I mean, I don't know what it's like in England, but the ADA, or it's ADD, I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, the rules are for a service dog is you can only ask 2 questions. You can ask, is that a service dog, and what like duties does it perform? But you can't ask for papers. You can't like ask for any kind of documentation. Yeah, you can't say what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
So like you could technically just like get one of those service dog vests and just say this is a service dog, which is what people have been doing, and it's so bad. Like you should never do that because it's so bad for people that actually need dogs.
Yeah. And when I worked in New York and I was working at that design company and the girl next to me had a service dog, the super came from the building came in and he was like, you can't have dogs in here, and she was like trying to explain, but like I honestly, Jean's, this is like, okay, she said she had anxiety, so maybe she did, but part of me was like, do you really have anxiety?
I know, but that's so bad. You only think that because of all these people like fucking
who don't. Yeah.
The girl with the Pomsky that registered hers as an emotional support dog.
Yeah. Is that a girl you know?
Yes.
Did she register her? Yeah. Did she register her as emotional support? Yeah. That is taking the piss.
Well, it's because it's so easy. You can do it online and you get sent all the papers and stuff.
I know, but it should be stricter because
it should be.
It should be stricter in that, like, I don't know if that girl does have anxiety, and if she does, fair enough. But from what I know about her, she doesn't. So then I'm like,
she doesn't.
Okay. Well,
I know she did it just to take him on the plane.
But you know, also with service, because we were saying like people who don't like dogs, there are so many options of animals that can now be service pets. And so like some people have like emotional support pigs or like emotional support horses. There's like 5 species that are like technically allowed to be emotional support.
I know.
And like part of me is like, okay, emotional support, but like I think with dogs it's different because they can do so many and they're so in tune with emotion that it helps. But
I know,
like an emotional support pig, does he know when you're feeling down? Not in the same way as a dog, I don't think.
Not in the same way as a dog. And I also think it's like, I don't know about emotional support. Emotional support is like quite a weird area. The service dogs have to be trained for a specific duty, which I feel like you couldn't do with like an emotional support snake or whatever.
No.
So I don't know, but I do feel like there should be like some kind of regulation. I just don't know what.
Definitely. I think you should have to have it signed off by or do you have to have it signed off by a doctor?
I mean, I think you have to send them no, because you can train a service dog yourself. But I do think that they have to do a test, but I'm not sure. But like, your dog has to be good in public, otherwise it can't be a service dog. Like, it can't be distracted by other dogs, people, other things.
Yeah.
And like, that girl that I follow on Instagram with Nimbus, you know, the standard poodle with the horrible poodle cut.
Oh, yes.
Yes. She has a video on her Instagram highlights of all the things that Nimbus knows. And one of them, I don't remember the command, but it's like to get her to go under a table and like curl up. And that's for when they're in public and like she has to be hidden, like in a restaurant or like on the plane.
All service or emotional support dogs should know how to do that.
They should,
That is so useful because again, to play devil's advocate, if I was like a restaurateur and there was an emotional support dog barking its head off, I would be like, this is really annoying.
Well, then they shouldn't pass as a service dog. That's what I think. But it's so hard because like you want to make service dogs accessible to people with like lower incomes, like because people need service dogs and they're so expensive if you have them professionally trained. So it's nice that they give you the option to train them yourself.
Yeah.
But then it's like, then they're just like not up to standards, and then you have service dogs barking, and then people thinking that service dogs are just people bringing their dogs to restaurants because they love their dog.
Yeah.
Oh, it is hard.
But I think also what would combat this problem is just to have more public spaces open to dogs, because we are nations of dog lovers, and I think bringing dogs into like, you know, public spaces is no bad thing, and I think would make the world a happier place. And I think if more places just like were lenient on that, there would be less of a need for people to be like, my dog's emotional support. Do you know what I mean? For example, like if more workplaces were like, oh my god, of course bring your dog to work as long as it's well behaved, then like that would like combat people registering their dogs as emotional support or service just to bring them to work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think it's different in England. Like, it's so much worse in New York. Like, a lot of people have dogs registered as emotional support just to take them on... Well, actually, you can't even take them on the subway if they're emotional support, only if they're service dogs. But it's just so ridiculous. Like, you can't have a dog on the subway, but you can on the tube.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And especially in New York. When I was watching dogs, it's in the last episode, and I know we're going episode by episode, but I just need to mention it. Yeah. It said there are more dogs... The dog population in New York is higher than the people population in Cleveland. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, insane. Sorry.
Like, there are just so many dogs, and like I just feel like everywhere should be more dog friendly in this city.
Totally agree. And just like on public transport and stuff like that. London and the UK is really good because you can take your dog on a bus, on a train, on a tube, like wherever. Yeah. It is really good.
I hate when people that aren't dog lovers are so against it. I mean, I get it. Like, if your dog's not well behaved, like, you just can't take them on the train.
But if they are,
like, Harley would be so good, and I had to stuff her in that stupid carrier, which I'm so regretting purchasing.
It'll be useful. You'll need it.
Also, though, I did see a dog on Instagram. Actually, it's the same dog that had the DNA test. Perry the pup, the Catahoula. So he had a picture of him just on the subway, and I commented being like, no bag. And they were like, it's been 5 months and we haven't been caught. And I was like, well, yeah. But I mean, the fee is like ridiculous.
What happens if you do... Oh, I was going to say, what happens if you do get caught?
I think it's like, a $200 fine.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. And then also, I sent you that video of that man who like got denied getting on the subway. Yeah. But his dog was like kind of in a bag, but it was more like a baby carrier or like a sling. It's like his dog was in a sling and both legs were out either side, but he was like over his shoulder. It was like a husky mix or something.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Like, I don't think I would call that a bag. But the conductor was like, no, you can't come on.
I would call it a bag. His feet weren't on the ground.
Well, yeah. I don't know what the point of it is. Is it for people's safety? Because I would say...
like, there are dogs... I take my dog on the tube. There's no... The thing is, on the tube, what they do say is, like, pick your dogs up when you can.
Okay.
But having said that, like, I was on the tube the other day and there was like a beautiful Weimaraner, and like he obviously wasn't being carried, and he was so well behaved, and I was like, yeah, there really is. And actually, there are so many dogs on the tube, because I was on the other day, there was a guy going down the escalator, and both his dogs walked down the escalator. And I was like,
it's
wow.
so much more dog friendly.
So much dog friendly, but Florence won't go on the escalator. Like, she would never walk on it because she's too scared, so I do pick her up for that bit. But
well, I mean, I don't know whether it's for safety, but like, I just don't think the subway is safe. All those videos of like homeless people or crazy people throwing bottles, like that's not safe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was there anything else to talk about in the episode?
No, it was a good episode though. I really that was probably the one I cried the most at, which is weird.
Yeah. I would say I blubbered the most at that, but then I was already in blubber mode, and I went on to episode 2 and I found that quite emotional just because I was already in blubber mode.
Yeah. Okay, we'll tune in, guys, next time we podcast and we'll talk about episode 2.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, don't put it off. I'm really mad at myself for putting it off because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I knew you would. I think what makes it was good is the videography is really good.
Yes, 100%. Oh
my God. I hate it when it's like crappy. It was really like beautifully filmed.
Yeah, I agree. And it made me want to film more.
Good. And do more dog filming.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I thought that. Nice.
I really enjoyed it. Amy Berg, great. We love you.
Amy Berg, let's follow her on Instagram. She's obviously a dog lover.
Should we follow her? Well, I guess she wasn't holding the camera. No, she must be a good person. She loves dogs. I wonder what dogs she has. Oh, let's play that game. You know who we haven't mentioned in a while? Nancy Hajeski.
Oh, Nancy. Did I have a dream you told me what breeds, or did you find out what breeds? You found out what breeds.
I did find out what breeds. I did some serious stalking.
That is so funny.
And I found out Nancy Hajeski, author of our dog book, has cats.
How fucking weird. She's probably done a cat book as well.
And I don't remember what dog she had. It was a small dog though.
Oh, boring.
I want to say Jack Russell Terrier, but I feel like I would have been more excited if it was a Jack Russell.
Yeah.
Oh, my internet is not working. I'm so sorry. It's been really bad. I need to reset it, I think.
No, it's fine. Well, it's really sweet. My mum, she's recently really been talking about getting another dog. She never will, but she's talking about it. Like,
oh, come on, Sally.
Okay,
you've
so,
got to.
Jeans, there's one breed she talks about more than anything. Just try and guess.
What is it?
You'll never get it.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, what would Sally have? Is it a hound?
Yes, and I'll give you a clue. Her sister has got 2, which is why she's into them.
Oh my god, Dachshund.
No, but her sister
That's
does have
not her
Dachshund.
sister?
It is.
German Shorthair Pointer?
No. Okay, I'll tell you. You're going to be upset.
What? Oh my god,
because I know you hate them. She really wants
No.
blue Italian greyhound.
I don't hate Italian greyhounds.
I thought you did.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan. I feel like
Okay.
I've come around to them recently. I could never have one because I'd be like, oh, their little legs are going to break.
Well, that's what my mum really wants.
Oh my god, Sally, do it.
She thinks they're like super really like chic.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She never will though.
Should we start looking for her?
Actually, yeah, her sister who's got one, I don't think it can make it through the night without weeing.
Why?
I don't know, it's got like problems.
Oh. Is that an Italian greyhound thing or just her dog?
Not sure, maybe just her dog.
It's really hard to search what dogs Amy Berg has because she has the show dogs. Amy Berg.
Oh,
the Netflix
yeah.
show dogs. So when I type in Amy Berg.
That comes up, yeah. Fair
Yeah.
enough. We might have to wrap this up. We've been talking for an hour.
Okay, I just need to say, because I've been searching Amy Berg, it says season 2 of Dogs.
Yes, when's that coming out?
I don't know. Let me load. Dogs season 2. I don't think they have a date for it yet.
Okay.
Just that they are doing it.
Oh my god, we need to follow her on Instagram, Gina. You could be a subject for an episode.
Oh my god, I so could. In the last episode, I was like, I could have been one of those fosterers that was talking about their foster dogs.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
I know, I'm so sorry. You know I find it hard to stay on subject. I just can't talk about one episode at a time. You're really going to have to, like, tell me off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll follow Amy Berg and maybe I'll find out what her dogs are and then maybe
great.
we'll talk about it next time. Yeah, we really should stop. We've been talking for a long time. Okay, well, everyone, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this.
I feel like this wasn't a particularly funny episode, but I really feel like it was informative.
You say that every fucking time.
Do I?
Yes. Kitty, there were funny moments, weren't there?
Yeah, I know, but I just think it was like a really like mature, seasoned conversation.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
God,
I mean,
such a
maybe.
loser.
I don't know. I'll listen back to it and I'll tell you if it was funny.
Yeah, it probably won't be. Fucking hell.
I think some parts were funny. It's just our conversation. Listen, if you're listening to this podcast, this is literally mine and Kitty's FaceTime that you're listening in on.
Oh, wait, I just want to actually just say to, like, people, because recently Gina's been sending me screenshots of people who are reviewing the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to say, you guys are so great. Like, it literally, I know this is, like, so lame, and I cringe when people say this, but, like, you guys, that was so sweet. It made me so happy.
I know, it made me so happy too. Oh, should we just do a shout out? So the person that left us the really nice review it's Otis the Yorkiepoo and his owner Kat.
And
They're
Kat,
so sweet.
wait, Kat,
Yeah.
can I just say, no hard feelings about the fact that I hate Yorkies.
But, okay, I also have to say, I don't love Yorkies, but her Yorkie, it's a Yorkie poo also, so it's not like a Yorkshire Terrier. He is really cute.
Okay, well, I'm going to need to see some photos of him.
Oh, and also, Kat, I have got to say, Otis's Instagram is, like, on point. Like, great photo quality, great...
Yes, Kat, that's what we like to
Yeah.
see.
We've got
Oh my
him
God,
in the park.
do you know what
we've
would
got
make
him
me...
on the sofa? Yeah,
Do you know what would make me even happier is if Kat was, like, listening to this episode, because she's, like, a regular listener. That would make me even happier.
She is! Kitty, I'm telling
Okay,
you.
Kat, can you just DM us to let us know if you listen to this episode?
I love her so much.
Have
And
you just text me a photo of her dog?
Yeah, I sent you a picture of Otis. Also, I follow her personal account, and she took Otis to work for Take Your Dog to Work Day, and it was the cutest thing.
Oh, yes, Otis.
I also love the name Otis.
I was going to say, I love the name Otis. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm a really bad dog person because I did not expect a Yorkie poo to look like that.
I know. Yeah, actually, it is quite interesting, because he's not Yorkie colours at all.
Oh my God, 7 hours ago, he was wearing Celine sunglasses. Hello, new favourite dog.
I know. Isn't he
You're
so
right.
cool?
His Instagram is absolutely great. I feel like I know Florence would hate him because she doesn't like small white dogs.
Oh, Florence has a complex, though.
Oh my God, Otis, you are so fab. I might have to follow you on my personal.
Yeah, please do. I love Otis. She's really got a good thing going here.
She really has. This is also, yeah, you're right, an awesome Instagram.
Yeah, this should be our Instagram. We need to step up. Our dogs have a personal Instagram now.
I know, but now I'm unemployed, or as I like to call it, fun employed.
Oh, yeah?
I will be taking more photos of my dog.
Please do. Our personal, well, it's not really personal. I guess it's just the dogs of That's So Fetch podcast. So our dogs share an Instagram. So it's Florence and Harley in one place.
But never will you see with them in the same photograph together.
No, because one's in London and one's in New York City.
They're like pen pals.
They are. Oh, they haven't FaceTimed in a while.
No, we should do that next week.
Yeah, we should.
Oh my God, the great thing now that I'm fun employed is that you can call me like on your lunch break and I won't be at work.
I know. I'm going to fully take advantage of
This
that.
is amazing.
When I'm being micromanaged and I need to escape, I'm just going to take myself outside and go and vent to you.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love it.
Oh, can't wait.
Okay, so just back on point, anyone who's reviewed it, we so appreciate it and don't think it doesn't go unnoticed because...
Well, it did go unnoticed.
No, it didn't. We noticed it.
Until I saw it. Yeah, but I don't get a notification, so it was like maybe like 2 weeks after they posted that review that I was like, oh my God.
We need to keep checking it.
I know. Yeah, I'm really bad at checking.
Well, it will start to be noticed. No, seriously, it's so kind of you. We really love it.
Yeah, and if anyone else wants to leave a review, we would so appreciate that.
And you will get a shout out.
Yes. Okay, so you can follow us on Instagram. It's at That's So Fetch podcast. Make sure that you watch episode 2 of Dogs. Oh, I was really attached to that episode and I have no idea why. I think it's because I've been really into international rescue recently. I need to shut up though because I have so much to say and I'll talk about it next week.
Shut up and stop wasting content for next week.
I think I have verbal diarrhea today.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you subscribe, leave a review, tell a fellow dog lover. We love you all so much and we love all your dogs so much. And bye.
Love you guys. Love you so much. Bye.
Bye.